Hi, I'm Owen Kirby, and we're making a little video to pass down the senior wills. So most of you know what senior wills are, and for those of you who don't know what they are basically every year at the banquet, the last concert of the year, the seniors, those of them that have received wills over the years, they pass down these items. So sometimes it's like a badge, or I don't know, there's lots of different items that get passed down, and then basically people who receive them, they keep them, and once they are a senior, they then pass them down to another person. Some of these wills are fun and just kind of funny, and some are actually really meaningful and are important. And we wanted to make a video for this because this is a really important tradition of the Sentinel band program. So yeah, without further ado, I will go through my wills. My first will is this hat. So this hat was a new will last year, and it was given to me by Ryder, a crazy alto saxophonist, and he gave it to me because I was going to be lead alto. But basically, I'm going to give this hat to a person who I see has a lot of potential in the saxophone world, and there's a specific alto saxophonist that I see has a lot of potential in the saxophone world. So this hat goes to you, Elise Brinkman, because I think you're a good saxophonist, and I think you have a lot of potential, and I think you can get really good at playing the saxophone. So this hat is yours. My second will is, it's actually a new will this year. I'm adding something to the program. It's this mug. As you might be able to see, it says 0 + 1 = half note. And this mug has a special place in my heart. It has a kind of a cool story to it. So basically, my freshman year, you know, every year the wind ensemble does Secret Santa, and my freshman year, I got Corey Emlin, clarinetist, as my Secret Santa, and I was like, oh, what should I get him? And he always wore these punny music t-shirts like "The world would be flat without you," you know, stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I should get him a mug, and I'll put 0 + 1 = half note on it. And my senior year, 4 years later, at the Wind Ensemble Secret Santa party, I received this mug, and at first I was like, what? Someone had the same idea as me, and it was really crazy. But I later realized that Nicole Emlin, Corey's sister, gave this mug to me, and she had no idea that I had given this mug to Corey, so it came back to me. And that's actually really crazy. It was a very crazy experience. So I wanted to add this mug into the senior band wills. This mug, it goes to someone who's a good musician, someone who helps people, and it's going to go to someone who is the epitome of musicianship. So it was hard to choose a person to receive this mug. There's a lot of really good musicians at Sentinel, but I think the person that deserves it, he's a tuba player. He's in a lot of music classes, and he loves playing brass instruments, and I see a lot of potential in him, and I see that he can become a great musician. So this mug goes to you, Caleb Tripp. Keep an eye out for another person as you go through your years at Sentinel to pass it down to. So my third and final will that I'll be handing down is a big purple sombrero. This hat has a lot of meaning. I didn't ever wear it, but I encourage to the person who's going to get it to wear it, you know, because it's fun. And basically, this is the Vito Legacy will. So the story behind it is, a long time ago, there was this kid named Vito. And basically, whenever he entered the classroom, he put a smile on people's faces. He was a great person, from what I heard. I never knew him. It was a long time ago, but he was a good guy. And this sombrero is going to someone who I truly believe deserves it. She has a lot of energy, a very positive attitude, and she's a very good musician, and I know for a fact is going to go great places. And every time she walks into the classroom, she puts a smile on my face. She brings a lot of energy to the Sentinel band program, and she brings positive energy to everybody. A very wonderful person. So the person who receives this sombrero, the Vito Legacy will, is Tessa Macklin. So If we were in person, I would say wear this for the last concert. I didn't. I was told to, and I totally should have, but obviously we can't do that. So wear this at a concert in the coming years. Those are my wills.
My will is the red sticks that was given to me 2 years ago by Lauren. This will is for someone who made my day better and who's just an all-around great person. I gave this will to Maxim because of the reasons stated earlier.
Hey Jack, how's it going? So, I know that we didn't get to talk a lot this year, but I've heard a lot about you, and for that reason, I have selected you to inherit this wonderful gift. These beautiful shoes right here. As you can see, expert craftsmanship, polished, as you can tell. I've had these for a few years. I got them, I think, when I was a sophomore, and I'm choosing to give them to you now. So, have fun with these, and I know that you will do good in band, perhaps even great. I hope that you get a lot of use out of them, and that you hand them down and continue the tradition as I was given by the seniors from a couple years ago. You'll do the same eventually. Take care. This is from Alex.
What's up? It's Logan Fisher. Here's my will. It's a little skull you blow into the top right there. It makes a really loud noise. It sounds a lot like Leanne's scream, which is why I'm giving it to her. Have fun.
Hi, I'm Tanner, and this is my section of the wills. My sophomore year, James Thomas gave me this level right here as a gift, kind of, and he gave it to me because the past 2 years during marching season, I was never level as you're supposed to be in marching band. So this year it's going to Julia, because you're like a typewriter when you play. You start pretty properly, and then you go up, and then you become Mount Everest, and it's very interesting to watch. So keep playing, keep going strong, and keep being yourself and continuing throughout the rest of high school. All right. For the second will, depending on how it's set up, is a giant book of music from at least 8 years of the flute section, and it just continued to grow and grow, and soon enough it'll need a new binder. This one's going to Abby because last year on our Carnegie Hall trip, I've never actually brought my music to rehearsal or anything. Don't let Nelson know that. That's okay. But we always would use her music, and it was very easy for me. And so I'm gonna let you be the bookkeeper for next year. And this was given to me by Kelsey Mueller and Taylor Lestico. It's kind of their joint thing. And they really brought the band to life through the weirdness and awkwardness that they gave to us. So, good luck, Abby. Keep being yourself, and keep adding more stuff to this. It's more than what you'd think. This is the third one. It's the old piccolo that's been passed down from first chair to first chair or whatever. I'm not too sure. This is given me by Tegan. Tegan had a huge impact on me. I really wasn't going to continue band my sophomore year. And then Tegan's like, hey, yeah, just continue. It's going to be worth it. It'll be fun. You won't regret it. I don't regret it at all. It's, even though like my senior years came to a terrible close. But at least I have something to look at, and just like, hey, it kept me going throughout everything, through thick and thin. So it just means a lot. This one's hard. This one's really hard for me to think about. This one's going to Tessa. You're great. Keep being a leader in every single way. The amount of energy you bring into the band it's hard. I'll miss it. No, for sure I'll miss it 100%. It's gonna be good. You're gonna do great. You kind of already did that, and it was made my job pretty easy. Yeah, have fun. Do what you do best. Continue succeeding. Have fun next year.
Hey guys, how's it going? I have 2 simple wills to give down. The first one is these nice sunglasses. I got these from Tegan last year, and it comes with I'm calling it Be More Chill because I like that musical, but basically the will is supposed to be given to someone who is pretty focused on school and maybe could lay back just a little bit and have some fun. So I'm gonna give these glasses to Tessa because have some fun. Enjoy these glasses. Wear them. I sure didn't, but wear them. They're fun. Next, I have this fantastic tuner. Some of you may be thinking, but Jared, that is a stud finder, and you're absolutely right. Because I was too lazy to dig out the tuner. I know exactly where it is, but I wanted to get this video off. So, tuner was given to me my freshman year by my senior sister Kelly, and it was the tuner that my dad gave her first day of band class in 5th grade. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty sappy when I first got that, and I feel like it's more of an emotional will than it is a joke, so I'm gonna give this tuner, or the tuner that's in my trumpet case inside, to Cuddles or Chance, because, dude, you're a brother, and I love you, and I don't have my own brother, so there you go. Have my sister's 5th grade tuner that was passed down through our family. Enjoy. I think it still works. Alright, that's it. Thank you, guys.
Right, senior wills. All right, Harry, I'm pretty sure you get the bass trombone, and Tim, you're the new Santa.
So, I am Julian Doucet, and I have 2 wills to hand down. The first one is the P-bone, which I'm sure all of you have heard about and makes a beautiful sound and is the best instrument out there, and Mr. Nelson loves it. So I will be handing down this instrument to an individual who's a good role model for the band and continuously shows up to pep band games and will play the P-bone at pep band games. And so I will be handing the P-bone down to Harry Walker. Congratulations. Second is this bag of top secret items. So I will be handing down this to an individual who is a freshman and shows great promise in the trombone section at Sentinel. Now, how it works is you put 1 or 2 items in it, not too much because the bag will fill up really fast, and you keep it top secret. You don't tell anyone, and you hand it down to a very promising freshman when you graduate. So I will be handing this down to Jack. Congratulations.
Hey, my name's Jonas. I'm a trumpet player, as most of you know. And I don't have that many wills, because A, I didn't really get many the past couple of years. But B, I already handed some of them out because I wasn't sure how we were gonna distribute the wills at the end of the year due to all of this. So I've got a couple. The first one is this Maynard Ferguson Carnival vinyl that I picked up at a thrift store 2 years ago. And I tried to play it on a record player, and it just, it skipped a lot. It was kind of garbage quality. And, I was thinking about it. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Should I sell it? Should I just throw it away? And I was finally like, why don't I make this, one of my senior wills? So I think this will should become something that gets passed down to the younger trumpet player that has shown the most improvement over the 2-3 years that you've known them. So I couldn't really think of a better person to give this to than Jacob. So here you go, Jacob. Yeah. Okay. And then the shoebox. The contents in the shoebox are to remain a mystery, to everyone who didn't receive this will. Let's just say it's a pep band thing. So this is going to go to Rhett and Maxim. And then finally, my last will. As I said it before, I don't really have that many. But this one, there's a little bit more of a story behind this one. So since my freshman year, Richard, he graduated last year, he's in the Army now. He always wore this Supreme headband. And I was just always obsessed with it. I'd try and steal it from him. And last year he gave it to me as a will. And, it was originally a drummer thing. And I didn't really put much use to it. And so I wanted to give it back to a drummer that is definitely going to put it to use. And I don't think anyone else deserves this more than Rhett Matthew. So, here you go. And those are my wills.
Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. And before I start with my wills, I just want to say how incredibly thankful I am for each and every one of you in the band program and how proud I am of the year that we've had. It may not have ended exactly how we wanted it to or expected it to, but I wouldn't trade my senior year for anything, and I think that each of you are responsible for me enjoying this year so much. And so thank you so much for making these last years enjoyable, and without further ado, I guess we'll get on to my wills. I have 4 to do, and so the first one that I've chosen to do, I got my freshman year. And so this one was given to me, meant to sort of recognize a musical person in the program that you saw as a true asset to the band and somebody that you know is going to go far. And I was given this, and it really boosted my confidence and pushed me a little bit further than I would have ever pushed myself to become the musician and the person that I am today. And so I think it's a really awesome thing coming from a senior to give this to a freshman. So the freshman that I'm deciding to give this to has been nothing but positive and dedicated and always pushes herself to try her best. And she's not afraid to take a risk and mess up, which I think is wonderful because you only learn if you make a mistake. And so I think that a true asset to the band program in these future years and a wonderful musician and person in the band is Lillian Jackson. So Lillian Jackson, you are the proud owner of this book of composition staff paper. I have a couple of jazz transcriptions in here. You can just write any music you feel you want to write in here and continue to do incredible things with this program. Alright, so the next will that I have is sort of a pep band aligned one, and I've done pep band all 4 years of high school, and coming in as a freshman, I didn't really know what I was getting into, and it definitely wasn't the pep band that we have now, but I really enjoyed it, and I had a ton of fun at all the basketball games, and it really gave me something to do outside of school that I enjoyed so much that I would go any time we needed to. And there is a freshman in the program that has really grown on me, and I feel like I can call him a friend, and he shows that same enthusiasm towards pep band, and he's really growing into a personality, and I can see it changing every day. It's awesome. And he's even getting up there in the trumpet range. So every game I will take the largest and probably the worst triangle that we have in the band room, and I will hit it every time our team makes a free throw. And so I feel like this has kind of become a little bit of a symbol of the pep band, and I would like to pass it down to Wyatt Sedgwick. Now, you can't really have the triangle because it belongs in the band room, but you can have the picture if you want. So congrats, Wyatt. I know that you're going to go to do incredible things with the band, and that you are going to really be one of the top musicians, and I believe in you so much. All right, so this next one that I have is for the French horn section leader, and it's an interesting one because I think that the last time there was a French horn section will passed down was about 2006. At least that was when I got a bag full of things that made no sense. That was the last thing I found in there, the most recent. So I decided to kind of scrap that. It didn't really have any meaning, anything to it, and there was such a gap that it was just so irrelevant to any of us. And so I decided to kind of recreate that will a little bit and start over fresh. And so I went to a summer camp at the University of Montana here last year, And the professor there, Zach Cooper, decided that one morning we would go in and we made French horns out of garden hose. Now, I don't have mine with me, but here's a photo of one. It's both beautiful and horrendous in its own right. It's sitting in my locker at the school right now, otherwise I might have it with me. But I think that this would be just a fun thing to recognize sort of the section leader. And with the French horn section leader this year, I decided to pass this will down to this individual because he has been so wonderful to work with and so enthusiastic about playing music. And it's clear in everything he does that he cares so much about what he does. He's been fantastic to learn from and to learn with and to teach. And I think that his dedication and hard work is going to be irreplaceable. So Parker Woodrum, congrats, you're the new French horn section leader. And you are the proud owner of a new hose horn. All right, and then the final will that I have is the lead trumpet in the jazz band, or as we might call it, the queen of the jazz band. That comes from a couple years ago at the Buddy DeFranco Festival at University of Montana, when the jazz band got done with their set, and in the clinic, the clinician had mentioned that there is a king and a queen of the jazz band, the drummer being the king and the lead trumpet being the queen. So last year I was awarded the queen of the jazz band and I was the lead trumpet this year. And I think that to be the lead trumpet, you really need to show that you know what you're doing and you're confident in what you're doing. Whether or not it necessarily turns out correctly the first time, at least you try. And I think that that sort of persistence and unflappable attitude is what we need in the band program to lead. So this year, let me just put the crown on. I'm going to give both the tiara and this awful lead trumpet folder that I never used to Hallie Clark because of how incredibly she's been working, and she has really put some hard work into playing the trumpet in jazz band, and it's been a tough transition, and this year was especially high stakes because we went to a festival and a competition. But Hallie has really let her skills come through, and she has put so much effort into playing the trumpet this year. And it's been awesome because I got to see Hallie from Lolo Middle School when we played in middle school together. And I've gotten to see her grow all of these years, and she has become an incredible trumpet player. And I definitely think that she's going to be very hard to replace next year as well. And that's it for wills for me. So hope everybody has a great summer, and I plan to visit here and there, so I might see you guys again. See ya.
The will is the Wind Ensemble first trumpet book given to me by Alec Hope freshman year. It goes to Hallie. Don't show anybody the contents of the book except for yourself. And that's it.
Hey, I'm Isaac Odegaard, and I'm a percussionist, and I have 2 wills to give out. I actually don't have either of them with me because they got thrown out in the move between the 2 band buildings, but I will be getting replacements. The first will I have to give out is this bucket that I got in sophomore year for breaking my snare drum. It's full of stuff to fix up the snare drum, and I'm giving it to Mikhail because I don't know how many times he's dropped his bass clarinet this year. It's definitely more than once though, so I think he'll probably be needing that. And then my second will is a stopwatch that I got for improving my timekeeping over the course of high school, and I think that just really came from being more confident in my playing. And so I'm going to give it to someone who I think I've seen a lot more confidence in their playing over the years, and so it's going to go to Rhett. Yeah.
So those are the wills being passed down this year. If you received one, pick it up on June 1st when you return your uniform and instrument. And the seniors who are passing down wills will be bringing the wills to the school in the earlier part of the day.